when and she's the one. It's very simple. If you can't breathe good when she ain't around, she the
It pretty much comes down how low do you get when she's not around? It's not how high you get when she's around. It's how low you get because the high goes away. You become normal, like a hand, right? If you have your hand, you're not happy, but you're equal. But if you lose your hand, you're really unhappy. It's not about how you make him, how pleasurable his life is with you. It's how miserable his life is without you. That's how you know that you're the one for him,
she the
right?
one. If
For
How I
him.
figured out my wife was the one for me. I'm just gonna go on record to say this is probably, if not the one, it's up there with the biggest decision or questions you have to answer in your life. Because the person you decide to spend the rest of your life with is gonna affect everything. And so obviously that's why there's so much anxiety, confusion, just fear around like making sure you get this right. All right, context on me. Me and my wife celebrate 2 years married, which is dope. And we've been together for 7 years. So here are things that helped me come to that level of clarity, believing that she was the one for me. A couple of housekeeping things I don't really want to spend too much time on. I just want to say these are given. These are things I'm going to assume if you are thinking about spending the rest of your life with somebody. You're attracted to them. Other thing is y'all vibe together. Y'all have a good relationship. Y'all have good memories, good moments. Those things are important, but I don't feel like those things are like necessarily the foundational things you should base whether you should spend the rest of your life with somebody or not. And these things, I think, are more what makes somebody the one for you. The first thing that helped me was time. I think there was an amount of quality time that we had spent together over the course of us dating. And our stories, we dated for 4 years through college. And I think seeing her through different seasons of life gave me the assurance to where I could base like that time and predict I like who you are and who you're becoming through this time period to where like I feel comfortable enough to be like, I want to spend forever with you. Because I don't think there's a perfect amount of time, but there's like a right amount of time that feels right. Because I don't believe in prolonging relationships forever and ever. Like y'all know somebody that's been dating for 10 years. It's like, all right, brother, put a ring on it or let her go. I also don't believe in like rushing to things too quickly. That can lead to disaster too. Second thing is, does this person make me better? Do I like who I'm becoming by spending this much time with this person? Because that was the thing that gave me assurance.
Totally. Like if you're hanging out with them and you're developing a drug addiction with them, then you guys are not for each other. Because eventually y'all gonna die. Like seriously. Like you can't be a soulmate with someone who's eventually gonna overdose. You know what I mean? So it has to be sober, unfortunately. Now, you could do weed. I'm just saying that drug um drug fueled love is really a very short term strategy. Really short term.
Think about, I don't know, forever seems so like daunting and scary, but like you have to base it off something. So to me, the evidence that like I trust the future with was the reality. Like over the course of the last couple of years, like I really like who I'm becoming by being around you. She was the person who anything good happened, I immediately want to run to her and tell her. Anything bad happened, she was the person I wanted to like confide in. Whenever you think about you,
Yep. What happens when good things? You tell them. When the bad things happen, you tell them too, because you trust them.
forever person, it should be somebody over the course of time you believe makes you a better person because you got to spend the rest of your life with them. Hopefully you don't want to suck as a human being, you know, and hopefully you don't want your life to be trash. All right, last thing. I think all that should lead you to the conclusion. You think about your future with them. Can you live without them? And I'm a realist, so when people say that, I'm like, I can live without anybody. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't need nobody. But I think it's more of a thing of saying, like, I just did not like the thought of thinking about my future without her in it. But I really like my future with you. And it feels safe. It feels fun. It feels...
But above all, honestly, this is something that he has to want as well, right? I should have shaved right. He has to want this. This, if you notice, this is what he wants. This is what he desires.
like everything. Yes, that's my TED Talk. Hopefully it's helped. I wish all y'all the most love and success in all your relationship endeavors. Love. See you next time. How I figured out my wife was the one for me.
Next one.
Yo, last night, my boy asked me, he said, Alex, man, how you know when you found the one? And I think like most men, like, they get lost with that. I believe when a man is ready.
I'm gonna be, y'all gonna find, man, I like when I say this, but there's something about hood advice that has more wisdom. When I see dude with dreads, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you know, if you're raised in the hood, I lived in Philly, you will know. But when they talk, when they start talking wisdom, there's something about hood knowledge. It's like country wisdom that it's like those country people like funny like country humor. There's something unique about them. There's something unique about hood wisdom too. Hood wisdom has this like in the why. It's all in the game. The game is the game, right? That's an example of that. Like that wisdom is rooted in reality. It's not like fucking financial wisdom. It's wisdom that's based on fundamentals of life, of getting alive, right? Not dying, right? Not getting caught up with the wrong people. Like there is like even prison fucking wisdom is deep. Prison wisdom is deep as fuck because it's very Machiavellian, and the exterior looks like it's not good wisdom, but when you actually look at it, it's a type of wisdom you can't get anywhere else.
Ready and wise, he looks for substance, friendship, and connection. A lot of men can't find a good
People are like, follow Alice, it's a little Jesus. I don't know.
woman because they're looking for the same woman that they see on all these nasty videos. Most men choose women with their eyes, not with their heart. And that's why most men make the mistake of being weak to their flesh. There's so many men who live life on the outside and not from the inside out. They just see women as an object, a do-girl. And they want to reduce a woman's role to the bedroom or the house or the kitchen. She's way much more than that. Bro, how she presents herself is going to be everything to you. So the one that's not trying to use her body as bait because she understands that men are very lustful humans. Maybe she dresses trendy. She realizes that she can still be cute and classy, sexy and sophisticated. Her energy and her aura are just different. And you can tell by the demonstration of how she put what she got on. So I'm telling him a woman that is healed. Like, she's not answering you with an attitude. She's not asking you to prove anything to her.
Yep. Ooh, show me where you at right now, or do a video call to make sure where you at. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I've no woman has ever done that yet. But if a woman ever tries to do that shit, I'm like, listen, boo boo, listen. First of all, most likely I met her in the Bronx. Second of all, I'm gonna be like, look, man, if this is what you do, I don't want to be with you. I just don't. You have way too many trust issues to be with me.
Prove to me that you won't hurt me. Prove to me that you'll provide. Prove to me that prove. No. She's already surrendered to herself and she knows who she is. She's not defensive. She just flows. And you wouldn't dare to ask a woman like that what she brings to the table, because she'll definitely size you up and get up from your table and walk away. That's y'all at. See, women that have a firm foundation, she ain't moving with the wind. If she believes in God, she believes in God. She's not moved by worldly things. Example, the world says situationships are the norm. She says, no, that's not a relationship to me. The world says dating is different. She says, no, it's the same. Because my morals and my values are aligned with the vision that God has for me. See, she's
right here
strong enough to draw the line in the sand on what she wants. She's not wandering aimlessly through life. My friend has a daughter, so I asked him, like, would you be okay with the woman that you're dating now leading your daughter? And he was like, what do you mean? Do you want her to grow up and be just like her? Like, do you want her to dress like her, talk like her, present herself like her, express herself just like her? And I'ma just be real with you. If you yourself as a man don't see yourself with that woman, don't waste no time with her. All you gotta say is, I don't see us going in the same direction. And it's unfair for me to move my feet slowly with you when I know your husband is out there. And I don't want to stand in the way of that. But in time she'll be okay, because she's been with men that didn't give her the gift of honesty. She's been with men that have gotten into bed with her and then ghosted her. So as a man, when you know she's not the one for you, just be honest and give her the truth instead of telling her or using her for what you want. What one man don't like, her husband will love. Hope this helps. Love.
I need you to understand that, yes, sometimes the man is starting off genuine, does view you as this could be it, but something along the way changes his perception. All right. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have to say this, sometimes you as a woman experience that same shift on your end in the process, but you chose not to let go. You chose, well, I'm already deep in, I'm going to keep this thing going. All right. Or you know what? I was hoping for better. I'm going to keep holding on to hope. And he simply fell off. I need you to understand that, yes, sometimes the man is starting off genuine, does view you as this could be it, but something along the way changes his perception. All right. And sometimes I have to say this, sometimes you as a woman experience that same shift on your end in the process, but you chose not to let go. You chose, well, I'm already deep in, I'm going to keep this thing going. All right. Or you know what? I was hoping for better. I'm going to keep holding on to hope. And he simply fell off. I need you to understand that, yes, sometimes the man is.
It's funny when they say like, when I met her, it was easy. The conversation.
She's gonna love this.
Yeah, she's gonna love this. I'm buttering it up. I'm trying. But
Telling the truth.
no, it really is the truth. I mean, we've all obviously been in other relationships, and I guess as you get older, you realize, who that person for you should be, and then when
We're all intolerable.
yeah, we're
Untolerable.
all maniacs. I'm a maniac. I'm not an easy person to deal with. But at the end of the day, she understands me. She's very, very smart, beautiful, of course. But at the end of the day, she's my person. We make.
And what I want you guys to understand is that some people, even if you're the one, they don't see it because they're just toxic. Like they're just toxic. Some people, they can never identify what's good for them, even if it's staring them in their face. And when that happens, you just cannot take that personal. That's just their own trauma. That's just their own ego. That's just their own past coming through. When you see someone that doesn't appreciate you, you can't get resentful and take that personal. Because a lot of the times, even if it's something good for them, it could be a fucking Super Nintendo that's good for them, and they'll find a way to throw out the Super Nintendo, right? It could be an inanimate object or you, but some people just self-sabotage. Some people just cannot be happy, and if they are, they'll do something to mess it up because they're just not used to being happy. It's uncomfortable. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, click on the description. Go to mindfulattraction.org to work with me one-on-one. Take care.